Good morning. It is 9:14 a.m. here in Youngstown, Ohio. I'm going to show you something today. I'm in the kitchen, and, well, not with Dinah. I'm with some model kits. I've been seeing a lot of questions over the years, and just the other day about how do you strip a model? You know, what do you use to strip a model? That's an often asked question. It's a post on all the Facebook, groups, and it's always there. And everybody suggests Easy Off and, Awesome, that LA Awesome cleaner, brake fluid. But, I want to show you a video on how I do it. Oh, let me get this down here. Now, there's a few ways to do it. We're going to be using Easy Off oven cleaner, which I have upstairs. I'll have to hit pause and go get it at some point. And I have this. No, this isn't the famous band, ELO. This is Testors Easy Liftoff. Now, this stuff's not cheap. It also says Pactra, Model Master, Testors. Who knows? At least at my local hobby shop, it's was $20. I've seen it like other shops, $15. It could be even more. It's not cheap. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I go about it. Now, here's another body I've got. I got this GTX. This came to me in that stuff that Charlie sent me. And the only thing is it has no hood. No hood in the box. I could probably get a hood somewhere or at a swap meet. I really don't want to get one on eBay unless it's dirt cheap and the shipping's free, because the problem is, you buy the part for $4.99 and then it's $10 to ship it. I'd rather go to a swap meet and buy one for 50 cents or a buck, or whatever, or get a resin hood. That'll be a little bit more money too, but if you buy multiples from the same seller, at least he'll combine the shipping. So we got two kits here. This is not the one that was molded in blue, it looks like, unless that's a gray primer, I can't tell. Somebody's done some bare metal on it. Now, I don't know what kind of paint this is. I don't know whether this is Tamiya, Model Master, the good old Testors, whether this is a automotive paint. I have no idea. And same with this Camaro. Now, it looks like somebody tried to do that halo-looking vinyl top that Camaro's had. They did the trim around here. They put some plastic on it and bare metaled it. But they didn't do the vinyl top, which is really odd. And they got the primer door. They got it rusted out here. They got holes through it. They thinned it, but they took a big chunk of it out there. So we're going to do this first. We're going to do the easy. Now, this stuff, you don't submerge it in this. This stuff here, let's see if we can get down here better. If I can get a good level to work on. I'm trying to look through the camera to see what you're seeing and look around the camera to see what I'm seeing. But I got only these cheapo artist brushes from the dollar store. Because what's better than cheap brushes for something like this? And hold on, I'm definitely going to have to hold the body here. So I like to put this into a container of some kind, because it's supposedly reusable. What I like to do is the stuff that drips down, I'll pick it back up and put it back on the body. So what we're going to do in this experiment and this demonstration is, I'm going to go ahead and apply this stuff. Then I got some errands to run. Go meet a fellow modeler up at the Andrews hardware hobby store, or whatever we want to call it. Andrews Shopping Center, technically, when you look it up. But, yeah, I'm going to head up there and meet with him and exchange some parts. But I won't be leaving until about 10. So, but anyhow, I'm going to let this soak for a while. Now, when it comes to stripping, somebody asked this the other day, how long does it take? Well, that, hey Deuce, that depends on a lot of things. The type of paint, the brand of paint. You know, is this lacquer? Is it enamel? Is it like old testers comes off easier than Duplicolor does, but also different colors come off differently. Like usually like a gold, metallic, silver, copper, all those colors, they pretty much fall off. I read in Scale Auto years ago, they said any color containing yellow, yellow and any color containing it, is going to be difficult. So, yeah, you got that. But anyhow, so there's that. You basically just brush it on. I leave it to where you can see there's a gleam from it. And it's probably better if you can, especially with me having cats in the house, just put a lid over it. So that way it stays wetter longer. It's not like it's a hot summer day. So, yeah, that's going to sit there and soak there. Let me put this on pause, run up and get the easy off, and we're going to go with step number 2 on the other body. And then we're going to let them both sit here while I'm running my errands and stuff. And I'm going to come back later. I'm going to see what happened. Like I said, there's times they sit for an hour. You come back later and you start brushing them and rinse them, and it basically falls off. Other times it may take a few applications. So be right back. Let me go get my easy off. Okay, we're back. Yeah, so we're going to set that up on the old windowsill there for now. And we're going to put this over to the side. And real quickly, going to rinse the brush out. Okay, now for the other body. Oh, this GTX. We're going to use the Ziploc bag technique with the Easy Off. Now, Easy Off. It has this thing here, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Anyhow, yeah, if you do spray it too much of an angle downward, you'll get a spray. And even if you spray it properly, you know, upright, slightly, Easy Off comes out weird sometimes. It comes out in a foamy spray, which is the best because it makes less fumes that sting your eyes and your throat and everything else. Sometimes it comes out like a bug spray or a fogger. If it comes out like that, yeah, you better hold your breath. Now, of course, it depends on the individual. Some people are more sensitive to, hold on, drop my paper towels here, are more sensitive to the fumes. And the other thing is, should you wear gloves? That depends on your skin sensitivity. I do have a small cut on my finger. I'm going to find it real quick with the Easy Off. So probably when I go to scrub it, I'm probably going to put a finger cot over my finger just to keep it from getting in there. But anyhow, yes, I used to put it in a container. If you're going to do the container thing, try to find a container that's only a little bit bigger than the model and that you could seal it. Because Easy Off, once it dries on the surface, it's not doing nothing. It has to stay wet. So what I do is I get my Ziploc bag open. See, now it's coming out pretty much foamy. I still try to watch my breathing around this crap. See, it's already stinging a little bit. But anyhow, I try to get some on the sides of the bag like that. And then I drop the old body in there. Okay, so this way it's touching all the time. The nice advantage to the bag technique, it's less likely to dry out. And it is kind of hard to do this. See, that's the reason I sprayed it on the bag first. So when the body went in there, it's touching. And I kind of try to coat it the best I can and hit the sides of the bag again. Okay, so now, excuse me, it's constantly wet. Then I'll try to store it in such a way, something like that, so the stuff's dripping on it. I wouldn't put this on your, you know, if you have an old stationary tub down in the basement and a wash tub or something, I would suggest putting it in there and then putting this bag into another container of some kind, just in case it eats through and leaks. Now, I've heard of this stuff, even though it's meant to be used on an oven and, you know, all that, you don't really want it on, it won't eat real chrome, like this chrome, and it won't eat real stainless that bad, but it could stain it. So, you know, if you just invest in a top-of-the-line sink and hardware, be careful. If you do get it on the sink, I'd rinse it off as soon as possible. Like I said, with your fingers, meh. And for me, it doesn't sting that bad. It kind of tingles a little bit. If you have a cut, you'll know it. But other than that, for me personally, meh. You know, don't bother me too badly. Like I said, if it comes out in a foam, if it comes out in a spray, oh God, it'll knock you out practically. So, but this can was good and warm. I had it on my register sitting overnight because it was in my car overnight. Well, not overnight, but all afternoon yesterday and some of the evening. So I put on top of the register and got it warm. Because when you use the stuff in a real oven, you're supposed to preheat the oven and shut it off so it's warm. But anyhow, it is 9:26. Okay, and that one was probably about 9:20 when it actually started soaking in that. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out for now, and then I'll be back shortly. For you, for me, it'll probably be a couple hours, and we'll see what happens. You and me together. We'll see how well it ate through, because that's one of the colors that contain yellow. So, but that's also looks like model paint. I can't tell, and so does the orange one. So you really won't see much happening right away. So, and what I could suggest, if you're going to be doing stripping, I should have the right music playing for this, but old toothbrushes. Yeah, hey, when you finally stop using your toothbrush for brushing your teeth, don't throw it away. Keep them. They're good for scrubbing because you're going to need them. So, okay, well, hey, thanks for watching so far. We'll be back in a bit, or I'll be back. I'm going to go watch a little more TV, then jump in my truck and head up to Andrews and see my buddy Mike. And, yeah, and I'll be back later after that, and we'll do the unveiling, so to speak. And then we'll see how that goes, and we may have to start to cycle over. But, yeah, this is for all you that have been asking, how do you strip them and how long do you strip? There's no definitive answer. That's the best I can tell you. So we're going to find out together here, and we're going to go from there. So we're just going to round it off to 9:30 when we started. And we'll see how long it is from there. So see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Alrighty, I'm back. It's 12:30 p.m. here in Youngstown, Ohio. So that means this has been soaking in the ELO for 3 hours now. So let's see what happens. Let me bring this camera up and over this way. Let the water run for a bit. It's ice cold. I should have done this first. My pipe comes out of the water heater and goes all the way around the back of the basement and back over to here, instead of straight across, or over to a shorter distance. So it takes a second for, well, more than a second for that water to run through that cold pipe. There we go. Turn it down a little. There we go. Not too cold, not too warm. Let's see what happens. Well, I got orange on my thumb. Oh, is it sticky? Well, it's taking the gray right off. Or oh, is this sticky? Let's see, this is one of the times it's just, as you can see, it's turning to sludge. Wow, it barely touched the roof. So this is what happens when you strip, people. Sometimes you get nothing. I mean, yeah, it did turn it to a gooey mess, which now I gotta get off my hands. Wow. I've had better results in the past. Yeah, it's barely touching it. So, this just may go into the easy off next, because that honestly didn't do jack. Now I got orange dyed hands. Okay, so if you fail at one, or one application failed, then, I mean, it did make it mushy, but it didn't really lift it off. So it's going to get another application. But if you do fail at one, try to dry it the best you can with the water, because that'll just dilute whatever we try next. Now, just for the hell of it, let's see here. Now, it does say we're supposed to whatchamacall here does it say? Okay, blah, blah, blah. Soak until coatings start to crinkle, which they really didn't do. Maybe it went too long. So, I mean, it crinkled a little bit, but it made it more gooey. Okay, let's see what happens with this one. Let's see what happened with the GTX that's sitting in easy off for the same amount of time. Let's see what happens. That seems to be removing some of it. Let's water back on. Wow. I mean, it's taking some, but man, after 3 hours, that's all it did. So yeah, both of these are going to get another application. So what we're going to do this time, for the hell of it, let me get this dried off so it doesn't dilute the chemicals down. Yeah, I mean, it didn't do much at all. I don't know what kind of paint was on these things. I would rule out that this is good old Tester's enamel on either one of these, because it would have been a lot further along. I mean, it wouldn't have been totally bare, but it would have at least been further along than this. So what we're going to do is we are going to put the Camaro into the easy off. Okay. Let me get my hands wiped off here so I can pick up this can. Oh, this is really nasty. So we're going to try it again. So this time the Camaro is going to get the easy off. Oh, excuse me. Okay, here we go. Okay. And this time, the GTX is going to get the ELO. So let's bring the camera over a little bit. Well, let me do it. So let's do this. Sorry. All right. Now some of this ELO that dripped down in the jar or the container, you could actually reuse some of that. And we'll get some fresh ones. We'll see how it works this time. Like I said, I don't know what brand or paint this is. You know, what brand, what type. I don't know how well. Another factor in stripping is how well is it prepped. Was this, wet sanded? Was it sanded between coats? There's all kinds of things that'll make paint stick better or worse. Also, if there was any clears on top of it. Some clears are hard to get through. And then once you get through the clear, the paint will practically fall off. So, I can't really fit the lid on this one because this body is bigger than the container, but we can just sort of set it on top of here. And I'll put this to the side temporarily as I got to wash my hands now. Yeah, that didn't, wow, for 3 hours, that didn't do much. But I'll say it again, you never know what you're going to get. Excuse me. Hey, get to wash my hands here. I've had it literally disintegrate paint in an hour or so. Other times it takes overnight. Well, that's really on my hands. Jeez. Okay, well, we will let these other ones soak for a couple hours, and I'll come back and we'll see what happened there. That was rather disappointing, to be honest with you. I have to use some paint thinner to get that off my hands. Oh, what a pain in the butt. But yeah, that's just some of the ins and outs of stripping, unfortunately. Sometimes it works flawlessly and other times it doesn't. I was expecting to at least get 50% of it, off those bodies. I wasn't expecting it to be, by no means was I expecting it to be all falling off by the time I got to it. I thought it would at least be like, 50% loosened and, scrub off. So, okay, well, hey, we'll be back again and we'll do another part and see what happens. It's now 12:39, so we'll go a couple hours from now and see what happens. We'll be back. Alrighty, it's 2:30 p.m. now, and let's see what's happening with the blue one in the ELO. Oh, it's gooey again. Let's see. Oh, now see, that's coming off. Let's get a little water running. Now, let's see here. Oh, a little too hot. A little bit. And that seems to be doing it. Okay. Again, like I said, I don't know what kind of paint or what brand this is. You don't want the water too hot or it'll, it just makes it uncomfortable if anything. See, like that spot right there, There we go. Oh, it's really making it gooey this time, though. Like, just touching it's sticky as hell. As you can see, it's on my hands again. I went upstairs and used some paint thinner to clean my hands with the orange. But and there we go. We got a good bit of it off. But I can still feel it. It's not like it's just dyed the plastic blue. There's still, I gotta get my face up to it here. Hold on. Yeah, there's still like a layer on it. You can actually feel it. So, yeah, it's gonna need another coat. So let me kill that. And dry my hands off here a little bit. Well, that's what I gotta do. I gotta get down to the store and get more paper towels. I bought some the other day. I bought the really cheap ones. And now I'm feeling it. Because these things don't hold up for crap. So, yeah, let's dry this off a little bit. And I'll dry the body off again. And it's going to get another coat of the ELO. I think that'll break this down pretty good. Yeah, I'm having a hell of a time telling if this thing was primered or not. It looks like maybe it was. It looks like gray plastic, not gray paint under there, rather, I should say. So, yeah, there we go. Let me get it dry again. My sink, I got to fix. This right here leaks where the aerator is, and I can't take it off there. I've tried pliers, and I slightly smashed it. It's stuck on there. So I got to replace the whole damn faucet. So there's always a mist that comes out here, and it collects right in front of me, and sometimes gets my lower shirt, my belly a little bit wet. Yeah, I tried taking it off, and it ain't coming. So, okay, so let's break out the ELO again, and I don't know if you're supposed to shake it or not. It doesn't say. Doesn't say to shake it, doesn't say not to. So, I shake it anyhow. But let's go ahead and give this thing another coat. If it did that in 2 hours, I'm assuming the rest of this might be an hour or so. So, now when you strip this stuff, you're going to get to a point where it just won't strip anymore. It may leave a stain. You know, like, it won't leave anything you can feel, but it'll leave a stain in the plastic. So if it does that, that's usually no big deal. You can kind of sand it, plus go over it with some plastic safe thinner. You know, some of the Tamiya thinner or any other thinner that's not so strong, it'll eat in the plastic. You don't want to use automotive lacquer thinner or something, because it'll definitely ruin it. So, but I use like some Tamiya thinner. Like last night I stripped one, and I just took some Tamiya thinner and went over it. And took down any raised or textured areas that were left over. And you can always, rescribe the door lines, which I highly recommend you doing. Going through them and all that good stuff. Okay, let's see what's happened to the Camaro now that's been sitting in easy off for 2 hours. Let's see if that's loosened up. Because the first time through, it didn't do much. Ah, hey, we're getting something this time. It's still excessively gooey. I've never ran into it like this before. So I don't know who painted this or with what they used, but very, 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 very gooey. It's and if you rinse too much at first, you'll actually rinse the chemical off, then you won't be able to scrub too easily. So, okay, that's taken some of the decal off and disintegrating it. But, oh, come on. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to need a few more soakings. In fact, it may have to go longer than 2 hours. This orange one's really being stubborn. Wow. Yeah, it's now sometimes what you could also do, which I didn't do here, is before you start stripping, you can go over the kit, the body with a little bit of now to get them thinner to get it off my sink. Go over with a little bit of sandpaper to cut some grooves in the paint. This way the stripper, the easy off, whatever you're using, can get down through the paint a little bit and get under it. So I didn't do that. I don't always do that. I actually forget 99.9% of the time. But I have done that in the past. I've gone over it and sanded it lightly. And it just, makes it easier for it to soak in. So we'll dry this body off again and add more easy off. Because you can see it's just, it's barely doing anything. It's kind of scaly, but that's out of a scale, if you know what I mean. It would look too rough for a barn find or something. But yeah, that's what we got. So I doubt very much this is a Tester's good old enamel competition orange, because it would have come a lot further by now if it was. I'm going to wash my hands again. I'm dyeing my hands. I've never had it be this stubborn. My God. I can't remember the last time I did. Took a chunk of the hood out there. No big deal. It's just for stripping demonstrations. I don't think I'm going to do anything else with it. So, okay, well, let's do this. Let's put it back in the bag of, in fact, we'll dump some of this. Some of that liquid. Make sure to rinse that down the drain real good, too. Okay, so, man, I think after I'm done here, I'm going to be running down the store, get more paper towels. But in the meantime, let's looks like I broke the little hinge pins off the hood, because now the hood doesn't want to stay on. Okay, so let's get more easy off. Like I said, thumb's on the bag and it'll end up touching the body. I can feel it eating into my hand right now. Yay! Come on. Okay. Get a nice coating on the body there. And we'll seal that up. Excuse me. Now this one may have sitting a little more than 2 hours on this one. We'll see. I don't believe that the GTX will need that much, honestly. But I think the Camaro's going to need a good few hours. So I think I might go a lot longer on both of them. Let's see how well this comes off my hands. Yeah, going to use more thinner. Just trying to keep my slightly stinging right here. Yeah, but get a little thinner right there too. There we go. That's better. But anyhow, yep, so it is now 2:45. Wasted 15 minutes there. So we are going to put this back in here, so in case it leaks through, it doesn't mess my counter up. And put that back down there. Let that soak for a little longer. Yeah, I'm going to go thinner my hand off and run down and get some paper towels at some point. And I'll come back to this in a couple more hours, maybe a little bit more. Maybe even after dinner. Let it sit for a few hours. We'll make another segment here and see what happens. So, talk to you later. Bye-bye. And you're pissed. I just want to... Okay, I'm back, and it's what is it now? It's 6:30 p.m. I believe we left off at 2:30, or was it 3:30? I don't remember now, but either way, yeah, we're back. So we're getting back on this one, and we're going to loosen this where the paint is. Now I got to get this down a little further, because I don't know if this is the version that was the kit that was molded in blue, or later versions were molded in white. So am I going down to blue plastic or white plastic? I think it was blue, because that looks like some gray primer we're taking off. So I'm thinking, you know, there's another way to find out. I could just cut that, and we'll know what color it was. I think this is the blue one. So I don't know if it's ever going to get... Yeah, I'm 99% sure this is the blue one. But obviously it's still paint, or else I wouldn't be getting this. Yeah, this is the blue one. Okay. Ironically, this is the same body I just watched Ken from Model Building and Retirement strip. Now he used brake fluid, which works great. Okay. I'm not showing you brake fluid because I don't have any here. And also his was fairly freshly painted. I don't know how old mine are. I got no clue how long ago either one of these was painted. So, yeah, so, hey, if you want to watch a brake fluid cleaning, go over to Model Building and Retirement and watch Ken strip the same body. What a coincidence. I was just flipping around on YouTube a little bit ago, and I saw he has a new video. I'm like, hey, I'm doing a video on stripping too. What do you know? Two guys doing videos on stripping. Stripping models, that is. Yeah, so that appears to be getting down to it. Good. So, yeah. Yeah, because this is the blue one. I believe there was the white one that was the Sox and Martin version. There was a Street Machine version that was also white. Oh, God. This stuff gets so gooey, though. Oh, my Lord. Now, you don't really need to get the inside of the body too much, but you want to get some of it, because if you don't, your paint could creep around and it might, like a fungus, grow up underneath it, and kind of like a water dam on a gutter when they ice up and the water backs back up the roof. Same thing, if you don't get it good enough on all the edges, it might strip itself when the paint reacts it. So you want to make sure you get at least some of the underside on the edges here. This might get one more quick coating of it, but by what I feel, I got a majority of it. So yeah, it's probably going to get one more coat. And that will probably be it. Yep. So let's put that up there for now. And there we go. Gotta clean my hands again. That shows it is removing paint, or else my hand wouldn't be blue. I look like a Smurf. Okay. So, get this cleaned out, wiped off here. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, that looks pretty much like bare plastic to me. Still got to get some of the bare metal off here. But for the most part, I think it's good. So hey, there we go. I like it. Yeah, there's like a little on tops of these fenders. So I'm gonna get my hand dried off so I can actually work the handle. Yeah, let's get this. There we go. Oh, this is yucky. Okay, let's put a little more, one more coating on it, and that'll probably finish this one. Okay, so tops of these fenders. Still going to go over the whole body and get some of the inner fenders here. Get some around the edges. All the places that are hard to get to. And I think I'll even put a little bit on the underside of the body. Now, not that I'm going to be using this body, because I don't have the rest of the kit. I mean, I got the grill and bumpers and headlights and stuff like that, but like I said, I'm missing the hood. I could find another hood and make this a slot car body. So I really won't be painting the underside of the roof that much, since I won't be doing a headliner or nothing. But in case I sell the body or whatever, at least it'll be stripped under there. I might sell it or give it away, I don't know. But this is more or less for the demonstration of the video. Okay, there we go. So now that could sit for a few more hours. It's currently, what is it now? 6:39. Okay, so we're at 6:39 now. All right. Let's see what's happening with the Camaro. Let's see how bad or good this is. Get this out of the way for now. This bag. Yeah, I can feel it. It starts stinging almost instantly right here. It feels like millions of little stingers. It's not excruciating, but it's there. Okay. Yeah, it definitely broke those hood hinges on there. But let's see. Get a little bit of water. Clean this brush. Wow. This one just may find its way into a trash can. Because, I mean, that's how many hours of easy off. And it's not touching it. So I may try the ELO on it after I get this washed and dried off and see if that helps. If it doesn't, then this body gets trashed. Because whatever they painted it with, wow. I've stripped a lot of these over the years. I started doing this back in the mid-'80s. And the reason I started stripping cars back then was I learned that you could. Friend of a friend had a huge model collection. Old, new, built, unbuilt. Dude, he had a house full. So I'd go over there and buy kits from him. And I go, that's painted. I can't do nothing with that. He goes, you can strip them. I'm like, how? Without eating the plastic. You can't do that. He goes, yeah, you can use easy off oven cleaner or brake fluid. I'm like, oh, really? So from that point on, I bought a few kits that would otherwise I never would have bought. Hold on. So I bought a handful of kits, like I said, that I never would have bought in the first place. And started stripping them. Plus, if I messed up a paint job, I was able to strip them. And of course, if you mess up a paint job and you strip them the same or the next day, it's a lot easier than a job like this. I don't know how old this is. I mean, this kit, this is the, Revell Camaro, apparently. And this came out in, and see, it's the yellow version. So, this was like 1990, I think. So, you figure that's quite a few years old by now. If this thing was painted back in 1990, 91, 92 when it was purchased. So, this paint could be really old. But I'm thinking that ain't no way that's Tester's enamel. I mean, I don't think it is. I know orange contains yellow, so it could be. But I don't know. I've never seen one this stubborn to come off. So yeah, it's going to get some, whatchamacallit. It's going to get some ELO. I'm going to dump this stuff because it's gone by now. So I'm going to zip that up and throw this bag out and let that take it down to the old water treatment plant. Put my water bill up some more, running the water. Why not? There we go. Alrighty, so that. Okay, so next I'm gonna, let's see here. Oh, come on. Let's see if this one's, okay, that container's a little small, but we're going to use it anyhow because I got them here, and what else am I going to do with them? They were free. So, okay, let's go back to the ELO. We're going to try that on the orange one here. On the Camaro, we're going to try it and see what happens. Oh, God, now my hands are all slippery. Yuck. Yeah, not what I wanted. But this is a good lesson for you guys, that sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so there's the hood. We'll get some on the body here. See if I'm wasting material or if I can get this stripped. And it'll make a great slot car body. Or a body for a whole model if I was so inclined. If this doesn't touch it, then I have no idea what kind of paint's being used here, because that Easy Off should have taken a lot more off than what it has. I mean, to be honest though, it might have needed to go back in the bag with Easy Off and maybe stay overnight, you know, instead of 3 or 4 hours. But man, I don't know. You figure it would have done more by now. But so I might just let that sit for as long as it wants to sit and see what happens. But yeah, that's it for now. Okay, so we'll probably be back one more time, I imagine, to see how the rest of this goes. And we'll go from there, I hope. So, talk to you later. Good morning. Well, it's morning for me here. And I don't know when you're watching this. It's like 6, what is it? It's 6:46 a.m. I let this here, I put the GTX back into Easy Off to finish the final residue that's on it. And then from there, I'll just wipe it down with a little bit of, to me, a lacquer thinner. Try to get the rest off there. But I figured I'll let it sit overnight. So it's been sitting since yesterday evening until now. So it's nice and wet in here. Let me get this put to the side while it burns my fingers. Yay! Oh, I should have had some water running in the first place, but I didn't. So while that's running, I'll go ahead and scrub the rest of this GTX. I'm going to need some new old toothbrushes. Either that or just go buy some. Buy the dollar store toothbrushes for what this is worth. Of course, buy them too cheap, they may get eaten up by the chemicals. Yeah, there was still some residue on it, so I kind of wanted to go over it again and get it as thin down as we can get it. There we go. Get off my hands. Gotta be careful scrubbing around your vent windows here, because you can break those posts right off by. So I kind of got my finger in there like that to get a little bit of support behind it. And get a little bit more here underneath the body. And same with this side. You see some of the orange was still stuck in the brush here. This morning will be the determination on what's going to happen with this Camaro. More than likely, it's not going to strip, but it sat in the ELO overnight rather than just a few hours. So we're going to see what happens with that. Well, this pillar right here is being a little stubborn. So whatever is left here, I could probably clean with some lacquer thinner. Not just any lacquer thinner, something safe for plastics. But I think I got it. A little more in these vents. And, yeah, that don't look half bad. I think I got it. I just want to get it nice and rinsed. In the meantime, grab a paper towel here. Oh, right, come on. There we go. And there we go. This was originally blue, so we're back down to plastic. It appears a little faded from what it was. I think it was a little darker when it was new, but I think it slightly bleaches the finish. Might get most of the water off of this. There we go. All right. That's about as good as that's going to get for now. Get as much of the water off it as I can. And this morning, before I came down here, I put some Working Hands hand lotion on my hands, so hopefully the paint won't stick as badly. Okay, here's the Camaro. Let's see what happens. It's been sitting in ELO overnight, and of course, I'm going to have orange hands. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it... Wow. It's really not... Damn. I mean, yeah, it's kind of breaking up, but... Yeah, I'm going to write this one off, because, I mean, it's just, what the hell kind of paint is this? Yeah, it's going to get deposited in the old bin. I mean, even for a slot car barn find, it's just, it's way too thick. I mean, I can't even get the brush through it. You can see it turning my brush orange. Yeah, I've just... I mean, I get another kit body for what all this is worth. Yeah, it's not even worth it. So that one gets written off. And I gotta say, that's probably the first time I've ever had one written off. Which is kind of a bummer, but what are you going to do? Yeah, because that just didn't do nothing. I mean, holy crap. I mean, I'm not even down to this primer yet. I mean, down to it, kind of, but not through it. Like, damn. Oh, that kind of sucks. But wait a minute. You know, I got things to do today. Oh, almost forgot. Let's see what happened with the hood. Oh, this orange. Holy crap. Definitely picking up more toothbrushes here. Oh, yeah, that's like... Okay. Get some... on second thought, like I was saying, since I got some things to do today, and I'm going to be away for a while, I might give this one more shot with some Easy Off in the bag and see what happens later today. And that's going to be it. Oh, I don't want that getting dirty and orange. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and throw this. We're going to throw this in the bag next. I mean, it is kind of cool somebody went through the trouble of making the... I can't remember what they call this vinyl top. Though they never made this part vinyl, but the rest is rusty. So, kind of an odd thing to go through all that, and then they never did the vinyl part. But, let me get some of this orange off my hands. I gotta go put more thinner on them and dry my skin out. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we're going to try it one more time. We're going to go back to the Easy Off. And kind of let it soak the sides of the bag so it drips down onto the body. Oh, almost forgot the hood. Throw the hood in there. Come on. There we go. Okay. We'll seal that. Excuse me. Damn. We'll seal that back up. And let that soak for a while. And Joe's going to go clean his hands and make some breakfast. Yeah, see, that stuff is really, really stubborn. Yeah, rinse that down the drain. There's got to be some of the strongest paint I've ever seen in all my years doing this. Holy crap. So, yeah, put that in there for now. As I'm going to have to do some dishes at some point. Oh God, it's everywhere. Orange is everywhere. Orange is the new black, I guess. I don't know. Orange is the new paint that doesn't want to strip, is what it is. Okay, well, we'll be back again. Hold on.